The Wausau Region Chamber of Commerce presents the Greater Wausau Young Professionals Conference this April. It's the first event of its kind that is designed specifically for young professionals. Kevin Porter, the Assistant Vice President of Intercity State Bank, joins us to give us details. Kevin, thanks for being here.
Adriana, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the event and what young professionals can expect.
Great. The event on April 16th, again, being the first of its kind, very unique. What this follows up is Wausau, Greater Wausau area, and the Chamber just came out with their economic outlook that was just produced. And one of the key strategic points that was identified was the need to attract and retain young professionals.
Right.
So this event will be focused on further integrating and uniting the community behind that strategic goal and how everyone can work together for that.
Now, why do you think it's important that young professionals attend conferences like this, and why do you specifically think it's important that they learn about living in the region of Wausau?
Great question. I think that it could be different for a lot of people of why it is that they choose to live here. John Karras, one of the first keynote speakers, will be focusing specifically on that, addressing the issue of how to how to attract young professionals, why they choose to live where they want to. For the individuals and businesses that are there, we all have a vested interest in the future growth and and survival and thriving of businesses. And so part of this, everyone has the same problem where talent attraction and retention is a concern, and everyone has great quality positions, but not enough candidates to fill that. And so here's the opportunity for businesses and also existing professionals here in the area to really help understand what we have and how to further promote that to attract more individuals and like-minded people.
Now, at the conference, you said there's going to be a keynote speaker. I believe there's going to be lunch provided, and there's a panel that you're actually on. Do you want to talk about that?
That's right. Thank you for asking. There will be a panelist of 3 individuals, one of them being someone that's been a lifelong true in Wisconsin or here in Wausau area and not left. Another one being someone that is brand new to the Wausau area, and then myself being a boomerang individual, someone who had had a childhood here, left out of state, and then eventually came back to the area. And so the keynote speaker will be interviewing us and sharing our different perspectives about how it is that this area was where we want it to be, how it is we found it, or why it is we want to be here long term.
Now, I'm curious what brought you back to Wausau, but I will ask you that question right after the break. We're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, I'll find out why you came back to Wausau. Stay with us. We are back with Kevin Porter, who will be speaking at the Wausau Young Professionals Conference this April. Kevin, like I said right before the break, I want to know what brought you back to Wausau.
Thank you for asking. Really for me was the opportunity to have the long-term life that I always envisioned as a kid. I was blessed with the opportunity of my parents being here, being raised here in the sense of youth sports and Boy Scouts and camping and great school systems here, but we moved out of state, and that was fine. But I went to Platteville eventually for college, and went to Madison. Loved being in Madison, and I was in Madison for the last 10 years. But Madison wasn't home for me. It was a great chapter of my life, but both my parents are going to retire either central Wisconsin or farther up north. And so Wausau was always on my radar. And I knew it was maybe just a matter of time before the opportunity really presented itself.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine introduced me to my significant other that I was dating long distance. Hey, honey. And over time, things fell into place, and the opportunities lined themselves up for me to make the transition and a career move to be here long term.
And what makes you excited to be part of this event?
Great question. I'm excited to be an advocate for the Wausau area. I think it's a privilege of myself to be able to be up here, to enjoy, to love what I do, to love the people I'm spending time with and the family that I'm going to be creating, and looking at this long-term picture. And it's fun for me to be excited. It's fun for me to be involved in the community. I'm very fortunate that my occupation and my personal life line up. I love being involved with the various activities that between the chamber and organizations and nonprofits, and Wausau is so philanthropic, and there's so many opportunities to give back into the community, and I've just been having such a fun time up here. And again, we all have a vested interest in the long-term growth and success of the area.
Really quickly, what do you hope that the young professionals attending, what do you hope that they get from this?
I think that there's a lack of understanding of what truly of a great area that we have between the outdoor recreational activities, the arts and cultures, between the art museum, which is free, which is amazing, and the Grand Theater, and so again, there's so many different things that this area provides, and I think that there might be a disconnect. Excuse me, a disconnect. Between some of the people in the area and again helping to promote it. Right.
How can people register for this event?
The main channel is the Wausau Chamber of Commerce website.
Wonderful. Kevin, thank you so much for being here today and telling us all about it. Viewers at home, if you want that information, go to our website, WJFW.com, and click that hot button. We'll be right back.